This one's from Hi Sam. This is Brittany and Justin Crouch from Fort Worth, Texas. Wanting to know Lee's opinion on the women's physique division of the IFBB, specifically referring to, does he think the desired look should be more like Dana Linn Bailey or Julianne Malakani? And be sure to tell Lee he is awesome.
Oh, awesome. I know Dana Linn Bailey, who she is. I don't know who the other girl is because I don't follow the women's at all. But yeah, maybe like Dana Linn Bailey, but maybe a little more muscle than that you can go without getting too masculine. So like I said, as long as they keep them looking feminine and not overly massively big, which they tried to do years ago, like I said before, and they told the women to lose some muscle. So some of the women, like Kathy, who I was with at the time, did lose some muscle, but then they still put the bigger girls first and that, so they didn't really follow the rules that they'd said they were going to look for. So yeah, as long as I said, Dana Linn Bailey is a good role model and like I said, good size, but even I'd go a little bit bigger than that even, so whether this other girl she mentioned could be a bit bigger, I don't know, but like I said, as long as they still look feminine in the face and that and body wise, and like I said, they're not looking too hard and like the men, then yeah, I think it's a good thing for the sport because they're pretty much, the IFBB themselves, the judges killed off women's bodybuilding by going for the bigger girls and shit all the time, and the general public just didn't like her. Back in the old days, you look back to Corey Everson, she looked good, then she got sort of big. Linda Murray always looked great. Anya Langer, Tonya Knight, all those girls would probably be considered physique today over women's bodybuilding. And like I said, this would be posters of those ladies on the wall, and other women would look at Tonya Knight and say that's how they wanted to look, and Anya Langer and stuff like that. So these days, they pretty much destroyed and killed off bodybuilding. So that's why I guess you didn't really see much of it at the Olympia and stuff like that. They got the physique class now stuff, so hopefully it'll do well.
And do you think that was a great shame for the women? Because
I think so, for the women bodybuilders who do train hard and that, sure, some get bigger than they should, but who's to say how big they're going to be, but they're only going by what the judges want.
Yeah.
So if someone big's winning, they're going to try and get bigger to beat that person. So if they put a cap on and say, listen, this is pretty much the limit, any more than this and you're not going to be judged right.
Yeah.
So they need to do that, which they tried to do but didn't follow their rules. So hopefully they'll bring it back again, and they need to actually start doing that with the men. When the guys come in big and bloated and look like shit and blocky, mark them down. Don't keep giving them first, second, third. And then the symmetrical guys like Dexter and Flex and all those, Flex Roden and them, mark them down. Put the guys like Dexter first and Flex Roden and all them up there. Then the bigger guys who are blocky, mark them down. Then they'll realise, well shit, you know what, I'm coming in too big, my stomach's out of control, I've got to pull this shit in. And then if they pull it all in and get back to looking good again, they'll place high. But as long as you keep giving them first and second, they're not going to change anything. So
yeah, I think when women,
they're pretty much trying to kill off men's bodybuilding next. So
when women
go to the classic lines,
when women see that the freakish women, it even puts them off just weight training in general.
General women, like I said, they go into a gym and they say, I don't want to touch weights, I don't want to get big. For women to get that big, that ain't going to fucking happen, trust me. Even if you've got great genetics, it's going to take a while to build muscle. So women, don't be afraid of lifting weights.
Yeah.
That's just a fucking lazy excuse, because like I said, you can see girls that do aerobics, they do all these classes, they can be thin and in shape, but they're still like they're skinny fat. You need the weights to tone the muscle and keep it tighter. So do a combination of the cardio work. If you want to do classes, spin classes, aerobics, whatever, but then do weights on top of that. You're not going to get overly muscled and big. They'll just make you look better, so you won't be skinny fat.